Round pushpin based on the scary events in Madrid. The phone rang at 2:17 a.m. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. Silence that appears after the funeral, when the house seems to stop breathing. The name was displayed on the screen. Lucia. Maria froze. The phone was in her hands, but her fingers didn't move. She looked at the screen as if something impossible. Lucia was her daughter. She was buried 3 days ago. And the girl's phone was in the coffin with her. Lucia Gomez was only 16. Cheerful, a little stubborn, always with a phone in her hands. She constantly took short videos, took pictures of the city, her friends, even random cats on the streets. Mary often joked, "Someday your phone will be more important than you." Lucia laughed. "If I die, put him with me. I can't live without him." At the time, it just seemed like a silly teenage joke. No one thought these words would become a reality. That evening, Lucia came home late. It was about 11. She looked strange, pale, silent. Father, Juan, noticed at first. "Is everything okay?" "Yes." "Are you sure?" Lucia just nodded. And then she went up to her room. At 2 a.m., Maria woke up to a strange sound. It's like something fell. She went to her daughter's room. The door was open. Lucia was lying on the floor. Her eyes were open. And the phone was next to her. The screen glowed. The police arrived quickly. Doctors said the death came about an hour ago. The reason could not be established. No injuries. No signs of struggle. Just a sudden death. One of the policemen checked the phone. The last call was made at 1:43. But the number was strange. In the journal, it was displayed as unknown subscriber. When they tried to call back, the number did not exist. The funeral was quiet. In a small church on the outskirts of Madrid. Maria couldn't stop crying. Juan stood next to her, holding her hand. When the coffin was closed, Maria remembered her daughter's words. "If I die, put the phone with me." She took out Lucia's phone. There was a picture of the family on the screen. Mary put him in the coffin. The lid was closed, and the earth was covered. The first call rang 3 days later, 2:17 at night. Maria's phone lit up. It was written on the screen. Lucia, incoming call. Maria felt her heart stop. Juan woke up. What happened? She silently showed him the phone. He whitened. The call was cut off. They sat in the dark for a long time. No one dared to call back. The next night the call was repeated. The same time. 2:17. This time, Juan responded. He pressed the green button. Hello. At first there was silence. Then, noise. Like the wind. And then a very quiet sound. Like a breath. Juan turned off the phone abruptly. This is some kind of joke. But there was no confidence in his voice. On the third night, they decided to record the call. 2:17. The phone rang. Lucia. Juan turned on the voice recorder. He answered. Who is it? Long silence. And then the sound. It's like someone is talking very far away. The words were unintelligible. But one sound was repeated over and over again. Like, Mom. Maria screamed. They went to the police. The case looked so strange that it was handed over to the technical department. Officer Ramirez listened to the recording. Are you sure the phone was in the coffin? Yes. Was it turned off? Yes. Ramirez checked the operator. The call really came from Lucia's number. But the signal was impossible. The phone was registered in the network from a place where there were no communication towers. A few days later, the situation became even stranger. Calls began to come not only to Mary, and also Lucia's friends. Her friend Anna received the message. Just 2 words. I'm here. Anna showed him to the police. The message came after the funeral. The telecommunications operator has started the inspection. And what they found scared even the technicians. Lucia's phone really connected to the network. Every night. At 2:17. And the signal came from the coordinates of the cemetery. The police decided to check the grave. Late in the evening, they arrived at the cemetery. Juan and Maria were there. Officers connected a special signal scanner. 2:15. Silence. 2:16. The device began to squeak. 2:17. Maria's phone rang. Lucia. And at this point the scanner showed a signal. Straight from the ground. The officers looked at each other. One of them whispered, "It's impossible." Juan answered the phone. Lucia. Silence. And then the sound. This time the words were clearer. Very quiet. As if through the earth. "It's cold." Maria cried. "God." The police allowed the exhumation. When they opened the coffin, everyone froze. Lucia's phone was in her hands. The screen was black. The battery is completely discharged. But there was the last recording of the call on the screen. 2:17. Every night. Technicians checked the phone. He couldn't call. The battery was dead. And yet there were call logs in the system. Incoming. Weekends. And all of them were made after Lucia's death. Then one of the detectives noticed another detail. The last file on the phone. Audio recording. Date. Night of death. They turned it on. It was quiet at first. Then Lucia's voice. Frightened. "Mom, if you're listening to this." Silence. And then she whispered, "He's here." The recording was cut off. But there was another sound in the background. Alien breathing. And a quiet voice. As if someone was standing next to her. And whispered, "Now call them." The police never found an explanation. The official report described it as anomalous signals of a mobile device. Calls stopped after the exhumation. The phone was left in the laboratory. And he didn't call again. Half a year has passed. Maria began to come to her senses little by little. Life was coming back. But one evening she received a message. Unknown number. She opened it. There was a photo. Photo from the camera of Lucia's phone. Dark. Grainy. It's like it's done underground. And it was visible on it. Lucia. Her eyes were open. And behind her stood a shadow. And the text under the photo. She'll call again. Maria dropped the phone. She never checked the message again. But sometimes, in the middle of the night, 2:17, her phone vibrates, and a name appears on the screen. Lucia. But Mary never answers again, because she is afraid to hear, not my daughter's voice, and the one who stands next to her, underground, and makes her call, again and again.